Ryan, I'm so proud of you. First you were the learner, now you've become a weeb-level knight.
That's an odd way to phrase it, but sure.
Just give us your top 15.
Welcome to Final Form, right, Taylor? Fastest intro we've ever done. Look at that. We're in. Done.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Jedi Drop It.
No. You're giving us your top 15.
Fuck. I thought I could get away with it. If you didn't understand that a little bit, welcome to Final Form.
I'm Mitchell.
And I am Ryan. I'm definitely not hopped up on Ritalin.
Okay, then.
So, we realized the premise of our podcast being... you, Mitchell, you're the veteran anime viewer, fan.
I've been in the anime trenches for a while.
Yep. And me, the rookie, I've never really watched a lot of anime, but I kind of have at this point a little. Like I'm
so proud of you, Ron. You're becoming a man.
I don't know if you're right about that. I don't know if the amount of anime you've watched is exactly the best way to determine whether you're a man. By whatever standards that is.
Look, Ryan, this is all I got. I have to attach my identity to something.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
So, last year...
for one of our very first filler episodes.
Yeah, because I came down with a head cold, and then I had to leave town.
And I was determined that we'd keep our bi-weekly... God, we did not keep that up.
No. You... See,
I tried.
You were new to this.
I had.
You thought. I mean, of course we can meet the deadlines. There's no reason we could never meet the deadlines.
Every content creator I watch meets their deadline every single time.
Yeah, they don't have day jobs.
Actually, most of them do, and none of them ever meet their deadlines.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was being naive.
And now that I think about it, that sounds like a really shitty excuse. Like, oh man, we were gonna record, but now I'm sick. Also, I gotta leave town. Bye. Which is actually what happened.
The only way you could have been like more cliche is if you said the dog ate my laptop.
Yeah, literally the night before I was leaving to go out of town, I had one free hour, or one hour where we were both free, and I want to say half hour to 40 minutes before we were planning to record. I got sick as a dog.
Old Mr. Germ came over to the baseball bat.
Yeah. I had to drive across the island like that, and it sucked.
Oh, I have been there. Lucky for me, though, I was driving home while sick. So, yeah. Ugh.
So, I have a top 15. Didn't actually prepare for this episode. You kind of sprung this on me, like, as you got here. But, luckily for you, I'm very particular. I keep a lot of lists, and I just happen to have...
I mean, I've started doing that too. So.
I keep at all times in my phone a list of every anime that I've ever watched, ranked and scored.
Nice. I'm not that particular.
I'm very particular. So I got a top 15. Really, it's kind of a top 16 because there's a little tie in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna run through that a little bit. I'm not going to dive too deep on some of them.
No, we haven't covered all these anime.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're either ones we have covered, so you've heard us talk about it, or ones we haven't covered, so you will hear us talk about it.
Yeah.
But, I'll go through it and give a little spiel as to why it's there.
Sounds like fun on the bun.
Okay, let's do this. Number 15 is the tie.
Okay.
I could not decide, and you're gonna this list is gonna piss you off at times. I can see that already, and it's gonna start right from the get go.
Oh, good.
Tied at number 15, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
You know, that doesn't piss me off because a lot of people put those together.
Yeah,
they came out around the same time.
Okay,
so people associate them with each other.
Yeah, I have my issues with both of them, but I have things I really like about both of them.
Yeah. They are both very different. They do have some correlation.
Yeah.
Not a lot. But I can see why you would... Like, as much as I dislike Genesis, I don't besmirch anyone for liking something.
Yeah.
Unless it's, actually something bad, like physically bad for people.
Yeah. That's fair. No, but I couldn't put one fully ahead of the other, because I thought personally I thought the pacing in Evangelion was better, and I thought they didn't overdo it on stuffing plot into it. Where that was my big thing with Gun and Wing, right? I thought it was a little bloated at times.
It as a fan of it, I will admit, it's bloated in places.
Yeah, but I mean, just great similar era.
The colors are very similar.
Yeah, and I thought they both had great mech battles.
Yeah.
Very different types of mech battles. Two complete polar opposite approaches to the mech genre.
Yeah.
But, they come in at 15 for me. Mm-hmm. One at 14 here, I can't really talk to so much because I can't talk about that much because it's mostly nostalgia. But Sailor Moon comes in at 14.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia because I watched a lot of it.
We are definitely going to give it its own, long strip episodes.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be like the Dragon Ball Z equivalent. We're going to...
Yeah, exactly. It won't just be the one episode.
We cannot.
Yeah. So I can't really say much about it.
Your nostalgia goggles are just welded on too hard.
Everything below it, I couldn't put above the nostalgia that I have for the show.
Yeah. No.
And, the list is a little thin right now. The first, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4... First, up until number 10, it's not really anime that I love.
Yeah.
It's anime that I really enjoy.
And you'll happily come back to one of these days.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of coming back to, number 13, I put Attack on Titan. Mm-hmm. Really liked a lot of stuff that I did watch in the first 2 seasons. I haven't started season 3 yet.
Yeah. That seems to be something you just have on repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, the craziness with the lives.
Yeah. I'm feeling last summer, I really got the anime itch, and I just downed a bunch of stuff, and I think that's coming again now. So it's
good.
There's going to be a bunch of additions to this list soon. Attack on Titan. I really liked some of the world building. Loved the animation style. While the violence was a little gratuitous at times, I thought it was also pretty fucking cool at times. It's not something that I'm the intellectual side of me doesn't want to say it, but
the side of you that enjoys Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's oh, that's fucking cool.
The 10 to 15-year-old inside me is oh, that's sweet. But the intellectual's was there a point to that?
Exactly, right? This is a recent episode, number 12, Trigun.
Ooh.
Doesn't quite crack the top 10 for me, but that was also... it's been a while since I watched Trigun. I revisited a couple episodes when we did the episode on it, but the whole run is a little more far removed than some of this other stuff. Yeah. But, I mean... It's hard to deny.
I mean, that one almost made my top 15. It's clawing there at probably number 16, desperately trying to get in. Yeah. With, you can just see Vash at the door trying to get in. Yep. In that goofy way. And,
of course.
And it's one of the best ones I find at mixing action, comedy, and existentialism. Yeah.
It's one of those... It's right in that spot where if I start watching more anime, this could easily fall way down the list. Yeah. But if I go back and rewatch this could really soar up the list, right? Yeah, it's just a matter of how far removed I am from it at any given time.
Yeah, it's one that doesn't stay in your mind, but as soon as you start rewatching it, you go, why didn't I remember this amazing thing?
Exactly.
And that's probably why it's number 16 on my list, because I forgot about it until I made the list. I'm like, oh, I can't push any of these that I should. Oh.
Number 11, despite maybe how I sounded when we did the episode, Full Metal Alchemist. Higher than I had it lower, and the more I thought about it, I wasn't the biggest fan of the second half of that series, but it's really hard to diminish that first half, because the first half is some of the best anime I've watched.
I'm looking forward to whenever we get around to Brotherhood.
Yeah, me too.
See how that changes.
I need a good block of time to down that one.
Yeah, you do.
Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, it's one of the more iconic anime that I've seen.
Yeah, and there's a good reason to that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when you're watching it, you're like, this is kind of bigger than the genre in a lot of ways.
And when you watch it, you're on that journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't take much for it to suck you in.
Yeah, and while I didn't like some of the story choices in the second half, Edward and Alphonse Elric are some of the greatest anime characters.
Yeah, some of the greatest characters in my opinion in general.
Absolutely. I'll agree with that. Now we're into the top 10. I'm kind of soaring through this, but
that's fine.
You know,
we're having fun.
Yeah. Number 10 is one I have not talked about on the show at all yet. Samurai Champloo.
Ooh. That's one of those ones where I watched about halfway and then lost wherever I was watching it.
It like, I don't know. It I didn't love it as much as I kind of expected to.
Me either.
Because, well, I mean, the Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm forgetting, blanking on his name.
Ooh.
I should know that. I should really know that.
Because you put yourself in the spotlight, that's why you can't remember it.
I usually have these things in notes. Hold on.
Worst of worst, you can run and grab your Blu-rays and get that out of the box.
Where is that? Shinichiro Watanabe. That's the guy. Yeah, like, going into it knowing it was a samurai show by the creator of Cowboy Bebop with hip-hop influence, I said, wow, this is up my alley. Wasn't as up my alley as I expected, but, like...
You enjoyed what you saw.
I really did. Yeah. And I loved not just that it had samurai and hip-hop in the same show, as the blending.
Yeah.
It worked really well for me.
I will admit, the blending of that was amazing.
Because that's something that doesn't get brought up in anime as much as it should. The African American community, there's a large fan base, like a very specific cross section of African American hip hop culture that loves anime.
Yeah,
it's this weird specific thing, and not just anime, but like samurai movies. I mean, like Wu-Tang Clan is one of the biggest hip hop acts of all time, and they're like fully influenced by kung fu movies. It's
one of those things where you don't understand why, but keep going. I'm liking this weird fusion thing.
Yeah, and I kind of wish there were more shows that did that. Right, like, and the soundtrack is great. The fight scenes are fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. The pacing to those fights are really damn good.
Yeah. We'll do a Champloo episode one day.
Definitely. That's high on my list to do.
And now that I'm in the top 10, this is where I'm thinking of like shows that I consider to be great. Yeah. Right? Number 9, an episode that we did, Yuri on Ice.
Oh, yes.
I love Yuri on Ice. I didn't expect to love Yuri on Ice as much as I did.
No, neither did I. I expect it to be, this will be a lovely show. Yeah. Quick and... I'm incredibly invested in this.
Really invested, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you describe it, a figure skating competition anime that is really pure and kind of in very subtle ways at times talks about homosexuality.
Yeah, it's subtle rainbows everywhere.
Yeah,
and it doesn't
like
tasteful as well.
Yeah, when you describe that to me, I'm like, okay, it sounds like a thing that I could maybe watch, but like, you know, doesn't really sound that up my alley, but it is.
I didn't think we got my alley, but
Yuri on Ice is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, another unpopular choice here. Number 8, Gurren Lagann.
You're allowed to be wrong. No, I kid. I get it. It's a really popular show. It just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it seemed to make you very enjoyable, and I remember when you first finished watching it, you were very giddy to talk about it, and I'm like... The thing
about... I always fuck up the pronunciation. Based on how they say it in the show, it's Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. I could be wrong.
The further away from the show I get, the more I reflect positively on it.
Oh, really?
There are certain, like,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know there are things about it. There, the scantily clad women and some of the choices they made in regards to that, and like the use of the word bro. Like, there's stuff that could be a little abrasive.
Yeah.
But the messages in this show are phenomenal. The morality and the like communal support system.
I think that's one of the things that makes me not hate it as much as I used to, is that it's a wonderful message. It's just they gave it to me in a package that was also used for dog shit.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I didn't find like the first couple episodes are probably the worst of it in terms of that stuff. In terms of like, you know, the usual the things people don't like about anime.
Yeah,
you know,
that's one of the things. It definitely embraced its anime-ness.
And I won't give any spoilers, even though it's not a new show, but there's a twist that comes pretty early on that I never saw coming that kind of changes the show in ways.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the more I like think about that show, the better it sits with me. And
that's good.
I think the way the pacing is some of the best I've seen yet. Like, it really well paced show. That'll get an episode in which we'll undoubtedly disagree and argue.
Oh God, do we ever? But we're both adults, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have ID on you? So we're into the top 7 now, and this is basically every anime that I've at one point considered to be my favorite.
Okay.
Every one of these has at some point been at least in contention for my favorite.
Yeah.
I really like Gurren Lagann is getting there, but these I truly love.
Okay.
And I still don't know where to put exactly this one. Number 7 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've thought maybe it's number 1, maybe it's number 10. I don't know. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure it's like,
it's so bizarre you don't know where to rank it.
If there is a Venn diagram of anime genres, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is on a different sheet of paper in its own little, like, unicorn-shaped diagram.
Okay, I have a question, because I haven't watched JoJo.
Yeah.
Is there a unicorn in JoJo's? Because oftentimes someone mentions something about unicorns with JoJo to me. Or is it just so unique and strange that you can only describe it as, like, a unicorn?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because I have another friend who used unicorn to describe JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No, I just pulled that out of my head, but
like he basically said, like, it's like you walk into a horse stable, see all these amazing winning racehorses, and there's a unicorn just walking the hall.
Like, it's really the definition of fabulous. Like, it is, and that's not in any sort of homophobic way, and it's not even that the show is overly homosexual. It's literally just fabulous. It is glamorous. It is completely over the top. The way I like to put it is anime. It is perfectly anime, except it was never inspired by anime. It's like anime created by someone who's never watched anime.
Oh, okay.
It is anime, like, and not even that they're trying to make it anime. It's like they're like, you know what? Instead of taking inspiration from other manga or anime or Japanese culture,
or Journey to the West,
yeah, we're going to be inspired by architecture, classical art, professional wrestling, and fashion.
And apparently also, like, Queen and...
Yeah! Classic rock?
Yeah.
Like, my favorite character is Robert E.O. Speedwagon. And I love that. That makes me laugh every time I hear it.
It makes me laugh, too.
This is a show with vampires and classic rock references that aren't even clever. There is a scene where a man emerges from the inside of a body of a horse. It is fucking insane, and I love it.
Yeah,
Which, you know what? Now I'm wondering, should it be higher? You're talking me into it.
I haven't even said anything. You're talking to yourself right here, man.
Just it's on Netflix now too. Just like
yeah. I'm gonna.
And that first season is short.
Yeah,
and it goes to some fucking crazy places. Okay, number 6, show we did touch on, We did a full episode. We did a pretty good. We did a pretty deep dive on this one. Death Note. Death Note, I love. I really do. It stumbled a little in the ending, but I think it stuck the landing.
Yeah, it definitely stuck that landing. I'll say that as much.
I really, really enjoy it. It's almost like it's like the anime version of a page turner.
Yes.
Where like every episode I enjoy, like, oh shit, what happens next?
I've recently been listening to its soundtrack.
Okay, yeah.
And like L's theme is one of the nicest things to have on the background when you're doing something that actually involves your brain. Like, how did you do that? How did you write a song that I want to listen to while I'm thinking hard?
Yeah.
And while it's not exactly what we'd call one of the more action-paced anime, when they do bring the action in that show, you're not able to stay seating.
No.
You just gotta get as close to the TV as you can.
Yeah, and you basically gotta end up sitting like L. Like, if
not, you gotta stand up and run to the TV and just plash yourself on. Like, I need all of this.
Yeah. Oh, Death Note is great, I gotta say. Yeah. Just short of my top 5.
Yep.
Okay, top 5.
All right.
Another one big for the nostalgia. I could not have it not in my top 5. Dragon Ball Z, obviously. It was gonna come up.
It's gonna.
Right?
It's a juggernaut.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a large portion of my childhood.
Yeah.
And another slightly smaller portion of my adulthood.
Yeah.
Just everything about it. Dragon Ball Z is a titan of its own, right?
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. Like,
I mean, it's going to represent the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's so strange to say.
It really is.
But it's so right to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm behind it.
The only thing more would be like Mario representing the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because he's Mario.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
top 4. We've done episodes on most of these, actually.
Oh, okay.
Fully Cooley comes in at number 4.
I'm actually surprised it's that low.
Yeah, it slipped a little. Honestly, I think the add-on, I didn't watch all of it, but the Progressive and what was the other one? I forget.
Oh, I forgot.
I watched Progressive. I didn't watch the third one. That maybe is what took it down a little bit. I liked Fully Cooley a little better as just its 6 episodes, and that was it.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's another one like maybe it would jump up if I watched some more. And it's less to do with the quality of Fully Cooley and more to do with just the absurd quality of everything above it. You've probably got my top 3 narrowed down.
I might, but I'm not going to guess because when I do it, quantum physics will mean I'm wrong. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Number 3, One Punch Man.
Yeah.
I wanted to have One Punch Man higher, but there's just
3 is exactly where I thought that would be on your list.
It's still, as even though it's third and not higher, it is still the most fun I've ever had watching anime.
Oh yeah, fun does not equal best.
No, it does a lot of times with me, but
it can, but it doesn't necessarily automatically.
No, and we've done episodes on these. I don't want to get too much into it. It's
just go back and watch these episodes. Plug.
Watch them. Have you been filming us?
Well, there's a nice static image you have.
Yeah, true. One Punch Man is just a blast.
Oh God, it's
just so much fun. It's hilarious. The closest that anime has gotten to being on my level of humor.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
But yeah, I can't recommend One Punch Man enough, and I don't want to rehash the same stuff that I've been saying in other episodes, right?
Although neither one of us have watched the second season yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I'm kind of worried if I do, it'll have that effect of
right?
knocking it down a few pegs. So let's just wait a little while and see how things turn out. Because maybe it was just the first few episodes they used for the trailer were bad.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe the studio needed to work up some energy.
Yeah. Number 2, My Hero Academia.
Really? I expect that to be number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
No. My number 1 is very clear cut here.
Okay.
As much as My Hero Academia is fucking flawless.
Yeah. Well, near flawless.
Nearly.
It's as flawless as you can expect.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's.
Oh, by the way, next season's very soon.
How soon?
Very, very soon.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're already doing like trailers and ads for it again. It's going to be this summer's big anime.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know when this summer it's starting, but it's going to be this summer's.
Still got to watch that movie too.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do an episode about that.
Yeah, we'll do that as well. That should probably come up sometime this year.
Yeah, that should.
It's the one anime that I would easily recommend to a lot of non-anime fans. I think
it's one of the best gateway drugs.
Yeah, it's probably the most accessible anime.
Yeah.
To non-anime fans.
I definitely recommend a double shot of My Hero and then One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way. Especially if someone's like, oh, I'm burned out of all these superhero movies. Here, have this chaser.
Yeah, there you go. That's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
And my number one, My Hero was close, but Cowboy Bebop comes out on top.
I honestly thought that would be your number two because you tend to talk about My Hero way more.
Do I?
Yeah.
It comes up a lot.
It does, though.
Yeah.
I think it just fits easier in more conversations.
And not just that, but you've never watched Cowboy Bebop, so there's not a lot of talking points. I think that's
definitely going to be our big summer one. Like we're gonna do Bebop. I think this summer sometime.
We should do that for my birthday in June. That should be a birthday gift.
You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do your number one for your birthday and my number one for my birthday.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll treat each other. Yeah, except that your number one is like twice the length of mine.
Okay, we'll just do season one then. Because Code Geass is split into 2 seasons like that.
Yeah. No, we'll see how it goes. Maybe, if I get hooked on it, I'm not going to stop watching.
That is totally fair.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. But I knew Cowboy Bebop would be in your top 3, but I don't know if he's picked number 2.
Nope. Number 1 for me, I really love everything about Bebop. It's just great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about Cowboy Bebop is how you have your overall story, your overarching story that is built throughout the entire 26 episode run, but every episode kind of takes on a different genre, and I love that. I love the idea of taking these characters, taking this world, and just seeing how would this work in this type of setting. And it does that really well, and I love all the characters. They're like all amongst my favorite anime characters. I mean, it is the one that it's one of the few that I've actually rewatched every episode. Yeah. And it's one of the only ones I own, Yeah. That kind of thing. There's a little bit of a bias there in that it's been around longer, but it still stands tall. Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. And this time next year, that list could look totally different.
Oh yeah, I mean my top 15 has been altered since I started. There's 1 or 2 shows I need to put on there, and I'm not sure where they knock things down. Yeah. And hindsight has affected a few shows, both positively and very negatively in some situations.
Well, maybe this time next year we can both just rehash changes to our lists. That can be in a little episode.
That could be a good episode.
Yep. So, yeah, that is my top 15 as of right now, which is a year into starting an anime podcast.
Well, I figured it's a good time now since you guys are doing some reflecting on regular Jedi Dropouts.
Yeah, because we just hit the 2-year anniversary, and I think by the time this episode's up, well, no, this one might get out earlier, but we've got two Jedi Dropouts episodes. I just sounded like the fucking Count from Sesame Street.
Good for you.
We have 2 Jedi Dropouts episodes dropping.
Honestly, I think it was my favorite one on Sesame Street.
Yeah. I mean, Snuffleupagus is just fun to say. That's why.
No, I can't argue that.
Yeah. Why are we talking about Sesame Street?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, I want a Sesame Street anime.
Oh my god, yes. Would it teach English to Japanese kids, or would it teach Japanese to English kids?
No. I'm not talking about Sesame Street as it exists. I'm saying take the world and the characters, and I want an intergalactic mech battle.
Yes.
Okay. I want like a Voltron of Sesame Street.
I would watch the shit out of that. Non-ironically.
Right. And you know what's great? You could do the classic like Voltron Power Rangers thing of different colored characters, because they are different colors already. It works.
I'm just trying to picture Oscar the Grouch as the Green Ranger now.
No, Oscar the Grouch would be like the he'd be like the alpha. You know what I mean? He's like the home base sort of character that they call back to, and he's I don't know, right? Like
I like that more because I was picturing his weapon, his main attack would just be closing the lid and rolling at people because for some reason he's always at the top of a hill.
Oh man, who do we have to call to make this happen?
We need to get Bill Gates involved because then he can afford to just force people to do it.
Do you happen to have Madhouse in your contacts?
God, if I had Madhouse in my contacts, I would give them so many ideas that they'd hate me.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to contribute to this episode. You said you might have a list to tack on here.
I felt like doing something with our last episode, being Persona 5. I wanted to just quickly hash through my top 10 JRPGs, because I like the genre a lot, but it's not my main genre.
This probably would have fit better in the last episode, but we also ran out of time.
Yeah.
So if you like lists...
Yeah, it's a double list feature. I have one stipulation with every list I ever make, is no double features. Like, I can't have the same series multiple times, because otherwise it'd just be this one series for 95% of the list. It gets boring really fast, so it makes me think. So I'm just going to be... These are some strange JRPGs at the very bottom.
Okay.
But top 10 JRPGs of my choice. Number 10, Mega Man Battle Network 5 Double Team for the Nintendo DS. This is two JRPGs that are kind of like Pokemon, only put together. They're not fused, but you can at any time pick one or the other.
Okay.
And because they're GBA games ported to the DS, they gave a lot of benefits to if you have the original version plugged into your bottom of your DS. And as it's a Capcom game, it has super crossover with a Konami game. So, very strange, and I loved it. The next one is Metabots, the Metabee or Rokusho version, which is basically Pokemon, only with Metabots.
Yeah, that sounds like something you would love.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Breath of Fire 3, one of my favorite PS1 originals.
I have never heard of that.
You're a little boy who can turn into a dragon.
Yeah, enough about me, though.
No, that's basically the idea of the game, is you're this... Yeah. You're the last of these things that can turn into dragons. And,
okay.
Like a lot of JRPGs, you end up fighting God.
Mm-hmm. So it's like How to Train Your Dragon meets Animorphs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
The next one is a classic on a lot of people's lists. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Okay, this I know, and this I love.
I love this one.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's just everything above it is just, better, in my opinion. But
that's how lists work.
I can play that game till the cows come home. It's the best JRPG too. I don't want to think.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, which is nice every now and then. The next one is my favorite Pokemon game, which is the remake of Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Okay, yeah.
Gen 2 was my favorite, and the remakes of Gen 2 are just the definitive way of playing those games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. I had those particular entries I haven't delved into.
Yeah.
But Charlotte.
If I was going to, if I'm not allowed to pick a remake, it would be X and Y.
Okay.
That's the generation that got me back into Pokemon.
Yeah.
Was X and Y. The next one is my favorite Dragon Quest game, because there's got to be a Dragon Quest game on this. So number 5 is Dragon Quest 9. And this is a great one because if you have a DS and I have a DS and we both have Dragon Quest 9, we can work together.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can have 4 people make your party.
Oh,
or
nice.
you can have 3 NPCs.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. And there's a lot of bonus content after the game is done where you play with only 3 friends. Like hidden dungeons where you fight all the Dragon Quest final bosses from the previous 8 games. That was just brilliant fun.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Persona 5.
Yeah.
This one is just so damn good. Like 4 to 1 are pillars. Like they are unstoppable in my opinion.
If you want to hear more about that, then just listen to the last episode.
Yeah. I'll ramble that for ages. Number 3 is one of my favorite games to play with friends, Tales of Vesperia.
Okay.
This is a action JRPG where there are 4 players on screen at once. You can control one, and the computer controls the other 3, and you can like give them slight direct orders, like, "Hey, I need this character to cast healing spells." Or if you have 4 controllers, all 4 characters can be controlled human. And it's not like a turn-based game. You all run around the same arena with action commands. It's ridiculously fun with more than one player person. Number 2 is probably the best soundtrack ever from a JRPG, and one of the best JRPGs ever, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that of course that had to come up at some point.
Yeah, I recommend Chrono Trigger to pretty much everybody. I have problems with it. It's a time travel story, and it breaks its own time travel rules, which bugs the crap out of me. Mm-hmm. But besides that, the characters are great. The animation, the art style is Akira Toriyama, and he's amazing at this.
Yeah.
And I like almost... There's no slow point in the game for me.
Okay.
Every JRPG has like 4 or 5... Like, oh, I gotta slog through this again. Or you first get going, you have that feeling like, oh, this is gonna take a fortnight. And my number 1 is the only one that rose-colored nostalgia glasses have never moved from number 1. It's my first JRPG, Final Fantasy IV.
4?
Yes, that's the one I started. We knew it for the longest time as Final Fantasy II because of that weird thing happened with Square and Nintendo.
Yep.
But honestly, it's the first JRPG I played. It's the entire reason why I like the genre. And every single time I play any JRPG, I have to compare to that one first.
Yeah.
And there is a few parts of that game where I actually find it slower than Chrono Trigger. But at the same time, it's just unstoppable in my opinion. Like, I'm trying to think about this completely rationally, but the nostalgia goggles are so impossible to remove.
Yeah.
I think they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I've replayed the remake, which is stupidly hard. Like, the remake was done for, hey, you've played 4 for years, we've changed all the boss mechanics. And it's basically just like, you can coast along for like 4 or 5 hours. Like, oh yeah, this is just like I remember it. It's a bit harder. Everyone hits harder, but that's fine. And you get to one boss, he has an entire new mechanic, and you just die to him. Because you built your characters wrong, go back and rebuild them.
I'm genuinely surprised that Cory in the House for Nintendo DS did not make your list.
That's a JRPG? I thought that was an action platformer.
I've...
that's the joke. Cory in the House is like the best anime and DS game and way of life, and I've watched a review of Cory in the House, and I can understand why.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that joke started with someone actually put Cory in the House like a DVD in like the anime section.
Yeah, I think so.
It just exploded, and I love when jokes like that happen.
Yeah.
But there's 2 lists right fast. If you want more details on these games, maybe leave a message or two, and I might do another episode about them for a spin-off or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think JRPGs is something we should maybe touch on every now and then anyway. It goes hand in hand. They
go hand in hand in general, and they're just so big.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, we can definitely thank JRPGs for introducing people to the idea of anime.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of JRPGs, especially in the PS1 era, had anime cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly.
And you wanted more of this. And
yeah. I think another thing that we're going to have to dive into a little more at some point is maybe some manga that has not been adapted.
I keep meaning to think of that, but every time I find a manga I want to do, it's been announced like, oh, hey, it's getting an anime.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard. They're slim pickings.
Yeah, and the ones that I do, I don't think are good enough for an episode.
Yeah.
Or they're one-shots. They're literally like, oh, maybe we'll do a bunch of one-shots rapid fire.
Yeah, that's fair. So, that is another episode down.
Yeah. A bit different, but...
Yeah, a little bit different, but this was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
We should talk about our next episode.
Yes, we should.
I'm not sure if we're on the same page, but we mentioned what we'll be doing at some point in May a little while ago. I think it happened from a conversation in an episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
now. But the next episode, I'm putting my foot down. We're doing it. We're going to be doing Your Name.
Okay.
The the best-selling anime movie of all time. And it's only from, 2 years ago?
2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
Like a year and a half, maybe, in terms of, English release.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I know that
I know very little about it, too.
I haven't looked into the plot. I know that it makes people sad.
Yes. All I know is people said it's one of the... They bring a bucket for your tears.
Yeah. So, that could be fun.
Who knows? Maybe I'll just be evilly laughing the entire time people are crying.
Oh.
That happened once with a really sad movie.
Oh, boy.
I can't remember what movie it was. I just remember, I was watch it with my family, and it got to a really sad part, and I just started laughing, and everyone looked at me like I was like stepping on a puppy. But I honestly thought the sad part was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens with certain movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can look forward. Usually when we bring up the next episode, we get into it a little bit, but we don't know much about this. This is kind of a blind one.
It's a double blind.
Yeah. Should be fun.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And if it is, we might try more double blind stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's enough of it.
No.
Yeah.
As much as we'd like to... I like to look at how proud I am at how many anime we've done, and then I look over the giant wall, and there's how many we haven't even looked at, let alone discussed.
Exactly. So, thanks again for checking out this episode of Final Form. You can always hear other episodes of Final Form, Jedi Dropouts, and whatever else we do over at www.jedidropouts.podbean.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We both recommend Podcoin.
Yes, absolutely. It's where I listen to all of my podcasts. I'm not just saying that because they get us a bit of extra traffic and we're featured and so on. It really is the app that I use for, like, I can post screenshots if you need it. It's what I use. You know what? I'm going to, listen, I'm going to prove that I'm not just being a sellout here. Live recording. Let's go to my profile on Podcoin. All time, I have listened, since I've transferred to Podcoin, 2 days, 5 hours, and 4 minutes of podcasts through that app.
Nice.
And I haven't been using the app that long.
No.
So I mean, that's over 50 hours of podcasts alone. It's a great interface. You can, as I said before, you can get gift cards and you can make donations. This isn't even the ad. There are gonna be ads, actual formal ads in the Jedi Dropouts episodes. They're probably there now. This isn't even an ad. This is just me saying, hey, if you're going to listen to us, go check it out on Podcoin.
Yeah.
Or wherever you want to listen to your podcast.
We're not the boss of you.
No.
We just humbly request that you enjoy our content.
Yeah. Or you don't. So long as you listen.
Except for you, Soul. You have to listen to this.
Yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I keep saying tuning in.
Nobody I say watch, so we're both,
I say that like your iPhones have little fucking dial knobs on them.
Yeah, and I say watch because I always say watch, the word that just falls out of my mouth. It feels the most natural to say. So yeah,
you can if you want. If you know where I live.
Bye.
Wait, who's that looking in the window over there? Yeah, that's it.
So we're going to go off and make top 10 lists about more things. I think I'm going to start with top 10 couches.
I think I'm going to go make a top 10 list of my favorite all-time top 10 lists.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Later, guys.
Later.
This has been a Jedi Dropouts production.